Alright guys, welcome back to another Greensborough Set Champs video. We're now going into round 5 with Clement on the left against Michael on the right. So it looks like a Ruby Sapphire against an Emerald Amethyst. See the turn 1 Popsicle from Clement. A nice turn 1 start here from Michael with the 1-drop. Looks like he just forgot to draw there, so drawing at the end of the turn. Are we going to see a TPO or sail? Yep. Very nice turn 2 ramp here. Probably would have liked to see that TPO a bit more, maybe just get that board presence against the Emerald Amethyst deck, because they can get quite aggressive with the questing power. But we'll probably just settle for any turn 2 ramp here. Unfortunately, no other 1-drop. Probably looking for a Popsicle. I don't believe he's on any ice block at the moment. And for those of you who watched the Melbourne DLC stream, we did see Clement make it to the finals, losing out to Din there. So definitely a very accomplished player, and will be interesting to see how far he goes in this tournament here. There's going to be a snake coming down and the second Churner box here. So questing for the first one just to get that extra card draw. Unfortunately, no Merfolk just yet. So I'm sure Clement's happy to see that. Looks like he'll just be going super aggressive on the ramp, trying to get into that Maui half shark. So nothing really that he wants to be brawling just yet. I imagine if there was maybe like a Merfolk, he might have tried to target that down. But at the moment, just happy to ink, and next turn we'll go for that half shark and put a lot of pressure on Michael's board so he can't quest out. So the chef here is pretty good, just going to be able to quest for more. Unfortunately, the effect of the Pegasus is probably not going to be too much, as I don't think Clement has as many rush characters. So because Michael didn't get any more characters down, I think Clement's happy just to ramp a bit more before playing that Maui half shark. So currently up to 7 ink, so Michael will have to be concerned about a be prepared here. So probably won't want to go too wide unless it's with something like a rabbit or a Diablos that will draw. We'll just be able to find the be prepared here. So can now feel a bit safer about going wide, because, you know, as long as those characters have some more strength than 2, so that Sisu can't take them out. But you've got to be pretty happy that the Maui will probably have to be inked if the Sisu were to come down, unless Clement draws another inkable off the top. Michael correctly assessing the impact of the Sisu and banishing that Churner box to draw a card. I imagine we'll just see the quest here and go up to 7, I believe. Interesting, we just see the shark come down. Next turn, Michael can quest up to 11, but that will let the shark bring back the be prepared, so won't be able to play it, or will be able to play it, but depends how many characters Michael gets down onto the field. Okay, now we see the goat come down here, getting that extra lore, so this Emerald Amethyst deck definitely plays a lot more burn cards than that Goat and White Rose normally. So currently at 8, questing for 5 on the board, so definitely tracking towards that 20 lore. So yeah, now we see the Sisu come down. We'll banish only 2 characters, but does have that board presence now with that 5-4 and 7-5. So good call here by Clement not to quest, as a crab will take out the Maui onto the Pegasus. Michael probably just looking for some more of those instant lore gain cards here. Something like a White Rose or another Goat will really help step it up, and I think one will just need to dig for that Pirate's Life so he can sort of slow down Michael's lore gain here. does have a bounce in hand, so Michael can actually quest and play the fox to go up to 10. He's just going to give Reckless here to the Sisu, so we'll have to challenge if Michael quests and can't quest with the Sisu himself, but I imagine Michael probably not going to be questing here with his characters. Don't want to give that Maui something to challenge into. But I like this Lyle here. Now something like a Be Prepared will make him lose law, but Clement at the moment, unfortunately, on 0 law, so that Lyle's not going to be putting in too much work, so probably would have liked to see something like that Fox instead, and maybe that Lyle come down a little bit later. Now it's interesting here, we see a little bit of anti-synergy almost, with that Maui coming down. Michael's not going to want to be questing, so this Scar, whilst it is a 6-5 quest for 2, puts a bit of presence down. Won't be really challenging if Michael's characters aren't exerted. Can't quest because it's reckless. So we're just going to see the pass. Doesn't want to ink anything, so we'll just play the Porpsicle next turn. Alrighty, I imagine we'll see a quest with the goat and fox, hopefully. I wonder if Michael should have given reckless to the Maui, so the Sisu quests, and then the fox could challenge into it, losing a law for Clement and gaining 2 from that goat. Looks like he has another Lyle in hand as well, so I think fox is still the play here after the quest. Looks like we are going to see that happen here. So going to go up 10-0 with a goat in hand, so not a bad spot if you're Michael here. Fortunately, doesn't have enough ink to replay the goat. But can just get a merfolk down. Questing for 6 on board. So getting pretty close to the 20 law required here for Michael. Halfway currently. I imagine Michael will just keep these characters active until he needs them. So we're going to see the double banish here. Will lose 2 law, but on 0 currently. So come on, correctly questing after the Sisu was played. So it's a 5 ink currently. Could play something like a goat here to get an extra law, but one currently is questing for 8 on the board, possibly more if he gets some more items down. So this Lyle giving reckless again will be quite useful. Something like a Lyle to give the Sisu reckless and the fox taking it out. Looks like we're just going to see a genie. We'll have 1 ink left, but still hasn't inked for turn, so we'll be able to play something like that Pegasus. I think Michael here, while he develops his board, probably just needs to keep Clement's under wraps as well, so does decide to take the trait here, which I like to see. Only has that 1 ink left, so might just see the Pegasus come down. I don't think he has, just see the ink, so I wonder if he has a 2 ink character to play. Maybe something like a snake on the Pegasus after a quest. But no, we do just see the Passover, so not sure about this ink here. You are up to 6, so can start playing some of those 2-3 cost characters. I imagine that Pirate's Life will be taken here. Or the Maleficent. Looks like it was the Pirate's Life. Definitely one you need in this matchup as Michael's getting quite close. Might not look it, but he's currently at 10. And a few goats and white roses could be scary here for Clement. Probably just see a brawl on the genie. Just keep the board under control and then Yeah, Singing of the Pirate's Life. So 5 to 8 currently, and then quest for 3 goes up to 8. So even at the moment, the Tamatol probably needs to quest here. Just going to quest for 2. So with another Pirate's Life, I believe Clement will win next turn. Might need another action as well, potentially, or an item to boost that Tamatol's Law. So pressure being put on for Michael here. We do see that Hades in place, a really interesting card. I think I like better than Lyle in this matchup, as you can play the Hades and then be prepared. Clearing your board means you'll get a huge law gain. So quite an interesting tech card here for Michael. Just going to play the friends, draw some cards. Draws into a library and a genie here. So library probably not doing too much with the amount of strength Clement has in play. So just going to ink it. I think something like a Develop Your Brain is game here. As long as he has a card to ink. Okay, just going to sing Pirate's Life, so... Yeah, I think Develop Your Brain might have been game unless I was sort of mistaking, or maybe he was already up there. But either way, the game 1 goes to Clement, so a nice win there, sort of showing the power of the Maui Half Shark, just slowing down the board for Michael, meaning he wasn't able to quest and just keeping that law gain under control. I think if Michael found a few more Cursed Merfolks early on, could have been a closer of a game there, but unfortunately wasn't able to do that. So let's see how he goes in game 2 going first. Hopefully find a few of those Merfolk. Alrighty, getting stuck into game number 2 here. I believe I do see a couple of those Merfolk in the hand for Michael. So our player's just doing their mulligans here. Yep, second one. I thought he was getting rid of that Porpsicle for a minute there, but he's just going to be keeping it, and the Fishbone to have that inking ramp option. Missed Michael's on the side there, but I imagine he'll be looking for those Merfolk to get that aggressive law gain. Let's see how this game goes. Obviously, Michael going first is going to be a lot easier to win, you know, having that advantage of your opponent being one law behind and not being able to respond to your characters as quickly. As you're going to see an ink of maybe an Elsa. You're probably just going to want to go fast. Inking a goat, interesting. That's quite important in this matchup, so not sure how I feel about the inking of the goat there. I just see a turn 1 Porpsicle, so pretty standard play for Clement here, but Michael's probably just going to go maybe a double 1-drop here and start questing out to start speeding ahead. Okay, now we see the Elsa inked, so probably should have done that last turn just in case he top decked a better inkable card. So I'm going to go up to 2. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the double 1-drop. So we see the turn 2 ramp for Clement. Definitely would have liked that Tipo instead to keep this board under control, but again, any ramp will do. Just going to see the quest, probably the Banish to draw, see if he gets anything better to play. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has a character to play. Might just have to hard cast the friends here. Kit won't be doing too much, so yeah, just going to have to hard cast that. Probably not where you want to be for Michael here, but next turn getting something like a Genie down could be good. And then we're going to go up to 5 now for Michael. So a quarter of the way there already. But the first quarter is the easy part. One's going to do everything he can to slow him down with cards like Pirate's Life and Maui Half Shark. So I believe Clement does have the Flavisham in hand, so that Porpsicle going to offer some extra draw, taking that over the Develop Your Brain. Another Elsa Inked, not as impactful in this matchup. Interesting to see if we'll go for the Merfolk and Pegasus here. Probably would like to see that, just putting on a little bit more pressure than just this Genie here, although it is evasive. Imagine something like the Half Shark will be coming down on Clement's next turn. Alrighty, Porpsicle going to be drawing a card, maybe looking for some more ramp like that Fishbone. Or the How Far I'll Go. Might even sing the How Far I'll Go and play the Fishbone. Or does have the Brawl actually, so we'll be able to take that Genie out and just remove the board. And going to discard that Pirate's Life. We'll be able to get it back later with the Maui potentially. So having it in the discard is probably pretty safe considering that Ursula can come down to remove it. Again, would have been interesting to see the triple one drop by Michael last turn. So Rabbit going to draw. I imagine we're going to see the Merfolk come down after this. You're not really threatened by something like that Sisu coming down. And if Clement has to play a Brawl onto your Merfolk, you're not too upset. Just deciding which one to play. Goes with the Pegasus, actually. Maybe just thinking that the Shift Pegasus could be a good option for maybe dealing with this Maui here. I'm just going to see the How Far I'll Go. Start ramping some more. Doesn't go to the bottom. They should go into the Inkwell. I wonder if these players will fix this. Potentially don't. Okay, so missed here from the players, unfortunately missing out on that ramp, so definitely could have been impactful here. I see the ink and the pass. Yeah, sorry guys, just fixing up the camera there. Just straightening it out so people can get through without knocking it, so I don't have to keep fixing it up every round. Clement's still not having the Maui Shark down, so Michael able to quest again with this board, but obviously Clement this turn can go into his Be Prepared as he's currently at 6, should be at 7 technically, so even that Sisu should have been able to come down next turn. But that missed ink from the How Far I'll Go. Maybe even something like a Shift Pegasus quest for 3 could be good here for Michael, but we just see the Lyle. So Flavisham not able to quest next turn, so limiting that card draw as well going to be quite useful. Probably don't want to see Michael going too wide on this board, given that he's coming into a Be Prepared turn. I do see the Ward of Prince Philip. I believe a 3-2 questing for 2. Quite powerful for a 3 drop. Looks like we just see a few Pirate's Life. So can't quest with the Flavisham, so we'll only be able to quest with the Tala. But if he plays the Be Prepared anyway, then we'll lose that law instantly, so might as well just play the Be Prepared. We just see the Maui Half Shot come down. And just going to put a halt on Michael's board here. Probably not going to be wanting to quest too much. Yeah, so might be even choosing to sing Pirate's Life here. Probably not a bad idea since you will be getting 3 lore instead of just the one with the quest. But then Michael can just challenge into a few characters and lose that lore for Clement due to the Lyle. Yeah, so I do just like the pass here. Probably want to wait for something to try and remove this Lyle before you get too much lore on the board. Something like this Ursula now could be interesting because you did say Clement consider singing with the Flaversham. Yep, so you do see that come down. 2 Pirates Life in hand, so we're only going to be able to get rid of 1 here for Michael. But maybe something like a Snake Bounce means he could play that Ursula again, but I don't believe he has it in hand. Currently questing for 7 on the board for Michael, so that would only put him up to 14. But with something like a shift, probably just going to quest now. Yep, so just going to quest for 5 here from Michael. So probably would have liked to see the Pegasus held for another turn, just see if this Maui quests so you can try and take it out. But, something like a Be Prepared here will definitely hurt Michael a bit. Big CC as well, not as impactful, but we'll remove 4 characters. Clement just having access to so many removal cards makes it difficult for Michael to go wide on the board, but doesn't look like he has access to them at the moment, so might have been bailed out here. Can't quite see what's in Clement's hand. Doesn't have enough to get that Maleficent down. Maybe going for something like another Maui Half Shark. Probably want to take out that Pegasus just so there's no evasive threats that can challenge back the Maui. So Michael currently questing for 9. So probably going to have to see this Pirate's Life come in just to slow him down a little bit. I think that's almost a guaranteed since the Maui can only take out 2 and then something like a Goat or White Rose will win the game for Michael. Given he doesn't have any board clear, I think the only option is whether you play the Porpsicle to draw to see if you hit that Be Prepared. I believe they are playing 4. So not terrible odds. Even if you hit something like a How Far I'll Go, you can use the Tala to sing that as well. And then if you miss, you can always just play the Pirate's Life and take out a character to get the Pirate's Life back. Interesting just goes for the... Okay, we see, yeah, now it grabs the How Far I'll Go. Looking for that Be Prepared. So it grabs the Sisu. Now, interesting, he does have enough ink to play the Sisu after inking for turn. So, interesting play here. Got bailed out given they only have 2 Sisu in the deck. So we'll lose everything except for the Prince Philip. We'll be able to draw a card though. So, unfortunately, going wide for Michael here didn't pay off, and Clement did find the answer off the top there. Definitely could have been a different game if he missed the big Sisu. So Michael might have a bit of a read here on Clement's hand that he doesn't have any board wipes. So might be inclined to go wide again here. Can take out the Maui, which is pretty good for Michael. Doesn't have any more evasive characters to quest with, but can be happy that this Pirate's Life's probably not coming back from the discard anytime soon. Nice Reckless on the Sisu to slow it down. Not going to quest as well, just wanting to build a bit more of a board first, which I think I agree with here. Now we see the second shark come down, so going to gain a law for that vision there. Probably looking for some sort of removal here. Interesting he hasn't taken the Be Prepared, so I think that could come in handy if Michael were to go wide, but he doesn't have many cards in hand, so probably not going to be getting that many characters into play. Imagine we'll see the Quest Banish draw some more cards here as well. Just going to sing a song here. Pirate's Life, I imagine. Yep. So going to go down to 10 for Michael. Then we just see the quest from Tala and quest from the Flavisham as well. Nope, just going to hold it here. So not needing any more cards this turn. Going to hold it for next turn as Emerald Amethyst doesn't typically run any removal cards. So I'm just going to see a quest for 2. Maybe something like a bounce will come down now to bring it back to hand. And I imagine that Sisu will be taken out. And going to lose a law from the Lyle, and probably just going to replay this Prince Philip. So Michael's sort of not out of it just yet, but there's a few Maleficent Dragons in hand, so we'll be able to take out these characters on board. Not the Prince Philip, because it does have Ward, but definitely this Lyle. Quest for 1, draw a couple cards. And then just going to be a quest for 2, and the Be Prepared to clear the board. So we'll lose 1 from the Lyle. But the board clear here. Yeah, the board clear here is quite good, as Michael only having 1 card in hand, and come on, just getting a bit more presence here with the Tipo. Probably just going to be a pass over. Think about inking the vision. I don't know, probably want to hold on to it. Just get rid of the Tala here, so figures the vision's just enough to end out this game. So going to play the Goat, gain a law, go to 13, and this Diablo here, which can start drawing more cards. So the Banish go up to 14. Interesting to see if Michael will just quest or whether he will challenge to draw that card. Depends on what his top deck is, I'd imagine. Pegasus is a pretty good one. We'll be able to quest for 2 next turn if it doesn't get banished, but just the quest up to 15. So 15 to 5 at the moment in favor of Michael. Imagine we might see another Maleficent come down to take out the Pegasus here. Yep, that's what we see. Michael with an extra card in hand though. Some more Goats and White Roses would be impactful here. Chernobyls and a Kit by the looks of it, so that'll probably maybe bounce the Tipo just to get some more cards on the field. And hope there's not something like another big Sisu. It is more ink for Clement, but I think he's already at 10, so you're probably not too concerned about. But he's just going to skip the bounce here. I think that's all right too. So Clement finding the dime off the top here means he can put Michael on a bit of a clock. We'll be questing for 5. Just going to go for the Shark and the Vision, gain a law. Looking for some more removal cards here. So How Far I'll Go is probably a pretty good card here. I think he already has to Be Prepared in hand. Actually, he just goes for a Sail. So just wanting to power ahead here with the items, or the action, sorry, and gaining the law off the Maui. And then I imagine we're just going to see a quest down for 5. Just hoping that Michael doesn't somehow win next turn. I think he's just going to be out of gas, unfortunately. Okay, interesting. He doesn't quest with the Maleficents here, so interesting to see what he's worried about. Maybe something like a Lyle coming down and running his characters in to lose some law, but probably just has game in hand next turn anyway. I imagine we'll see a quest and banish from the Chernobyls to start us off. Definitely don't want to be leaving anything ready to this stage, given there's a Pirate's Life in the discard pile for Clermont. Can't quite see the hand for Michael. Be interesting to see what he drew into. I imagine if it was something like a goat, that would probably be coming down pretty quickly. Come on, just needing a action and that dime to win the game here. Something like a vision or a developer brain would have it for them. Michael may be deciding whether he banishes the Tipo here, as that one law could be enough to tip Clermont over the edge. He's deciding to go with the challenge here, so maybe he has a bounce card in hand. Yeah, so he's just going to banish. Probably would have liked to see the banish come in first, as just gives you more information. As we see the friends come in, so maybe could have sung that with the kit instead. Could even kit to bounce his own kit back. Could be an interesting play. I think he has one in hand there. Although that fox is probably just a better play here. I think I see in hand. Yep, so we'll bounce the kit back, but come on, going to be going up to 16 here. Something like a Pirate's Life and another action will win the game for him. Or even a Pirate's Life and that lucky dime, because and looks like I must have missed a couple of law there. So unfortunately, and Clermont realizing that the go-go could have come in to Fox take out the Maleficent to gain 4 law when the go-go was played, but I don't think Michael had enough law for that anyway. So Clermont taking it down there 2-0, a very close matchup, I think. Michael just unfortunately having to halt his questing to that Maui Shark a bit earlier than he would have liked. So very close game. We're going to be going into round 6 as there are 42 players at this tournament. Going to be 6 rounds of Swiss, which will be coming out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that one. And then we will get into the finals the day after that. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoy the content, like, subscribe, leave a comment about how you went over the weekend in Melbourne. It was a super cool event. I did just do a stream on some of the the tournament run that I had, how the tournament went as well. So be sure to go check that out on Twitch VODs or here on YouTube. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.